What we do here is go back.
Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Oscar and I'm bringing you guys another video. On today's video, we're back on working on the 1969 VW Beetle. It has been a cool minute since we worked on this car, and I have two reasons. Reason number one is because car season is in full effect right now, and Amanda and I have been going to all the car shows in our area, bringing you guys the best content possible on YouTube. The second reason is because we have been waiting for parts. One of the parts that I've been waiting for about 4 months now is my rack top. As you guys know, we're gonna do the conversion on this car. Hopefully everything goes well. I don't have any issues because I definitely want to be able to have my whole sunroof pulled back and enjoy the California weather. The things that we have to focus today is two things. The first thing is finishing up all the seam sealer around the engine bay and underneath the car. And the second thing is I picked up this Raptor kit from eBay so we can go ahead and spray all the fenders and underneath the car. That will give us the full protection that we need in order for us to have a long-lasting paint job. If you do it right once, then you won't have to do it again. So hopefully this kit right here helps out a lot. But let's get right to the video. We can go ahead and start by doing the seam sealer. We'll go ahead and let that dry and we'll get to sanding the fenders. We do need to sand the fenders to 220 grit, and then we'll go ahead and use my new inflatable booth. We'll set it up in the driveway and we'll get all the fenders sprayed first, and then we'll try to see if the bug fits in there or not. But stick around and you'll find out if the Volkswagen Beetle will fit in my new paint booth. Let's go ahead and start this video. So here is my engine bay. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I did yesterday after work. I spent about 2 hours taping up all the areas where we're gonna go ahead and put seam sealer, and this is just gonna make it easier to get a cleaner line out of the seam sealer. You can easily just grab a paintbrush and spray it all over it, but I don't think it looks good, so definitely take your time and try to get it right the first time. We're gonna go ahead and grab the seam sealer, put the seam sealer on all the panels, and then while that's drying, we're gonna go ahead and focus on these fenders so we can get it ready for paint. So I have two different brands here. We got the Eastwood. I've used this multiple times in the inside to seal panels. This is really good because it's fast curing and also it does not shrink. This one is from my local automotive store. I picked up yesterday because I needed to finish the job and I couldn't order more from Eastwood. Hopefully this is just as good as Eastwood, but we'll have to wait and see. Some seam sealer dries up very quickly, but you gotta be quicker than the seam sealer. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the tape now so we can get that nice straight edge that we're looking for. Not bad. So we got the engine bay all sealed up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go under and do this sections right here. So we're done with the seam sealer. There was a lot of sections down here that needed to get seam sealed, and took a lot longer than the engine bay, but I think it looks good overall, especially in this sections right here. That was very difficult to get, but we got it all done. Go ahead and move on to the next step, which is removing fenders and slightly sanding it down to 220 grit, and then we'll be ready to set up our inflatable booth. So I got all my fenders laying on the ground right here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my table now, grab some sandpaper, sand all of them down to 220 grit. Then we'll go ahead and set up our paint booth, and then we'll lay down 2 coats of bed liner on all the fenders. We'll let them dry overnight. Then we'll come back tomorrow and finish up the job by doing the sides here and then the underneath. Sounds like a plan. Let's get right to it. So we're finally done with this first panel. So you can see we're really not trying to take too much paint off. We simply just want to get some sort of grit on the metal so the Raptor liner has something to stick to. Once it's nice and smooth and you can see a little bit of scratches here and there, once you lay down the Raptor liner, it'll all go away and it'll be a nice surface. Alright, so this is what your panel should look like. Kind of like a matte finish. Definitely not glossy anymore. This is pretty much ready for some Raptor sealer. I'm gonna go ahead and do the last step, which is grab a green sponge, put some dish soap on it, and wipe everything down. We'll use some solvent to clean it up one last time. We'll be ready for paint. I want to put a good amount. And this stuff, it's supposed to be a degreaser. That's why we use it. Cleans up the panel, and also this green stuff also acts like kind of a sandpaper, so it definitely helps out the process. So I got all my fenders ready, and it is time to set up the inflatable paint booth. I'm very excited. I want to know if this is gonna work for me or not. If not, then we're gonna have to try to figure out a different way to paint this car. But let's go ahead and start by unpacking the box. Not bad, not bad. To go ahead and put the table in there, and then we'll start prepping our paint. So we're pretty much ready for paint. The booth is awesome. It's really a good size. I really think we're gonna get the 69 BW Beetle in here with no problem. It's a bit hot in here, but I have to order another fan so we can have a fan to circulate some air in here. Everything is ready. The last thing that we have to do is clean it up one more time, and then we're gonna go ahead and start painting. They provided me with this gun, and all we have to do in order for us to mix the paint is pretty much get 8 ounces of hardener dump it into the bottle and shake it up for about 5 minutes or so, and it'll be ready to paint. I'm thinking that one bottle might do the job, but who knows. If we have to use a second bottle, then that's totally fine. So let's go ahead and get started. So I kind of messed up. I accidentally ordered the tintable one, meaning this is not black. Usually you would add the color that you want to paint your car to this, and it will mix very well. But unfortunately we don't have the color yet, so we're gonna have to just spray this. I went online and they said it's totally fine just to spray this. The only thing is that it's not going to be black. Still gonna have texture to it, so no problem. Not bad. Looks really good. It has the texture that I want. We're gonna go ahead and let this dry for about 60 minutes, and then we'll come back out and lay another coat. But I'm really happy with this. I'll be back in 60 minutes. So that's it for day number 1. We did such a great job painting the fenders with the Raptor liner. We spent a lot of time prepping the metal, but it was definitely worth it. Once I laid down that first coat of Raptor liner onto the fenders, I knew it was right. Came back 60 minutes later, laid down another coat very, very lightly, and the final result was really, really good. The texture on the metal looks really good. I can't wait to actually lay down my base coat and see how the final product turns out. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and finish off for day number 1. Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and come back and do the same thing to the underneath of the car and pretty much get it ready, put it in the booth, and spray more Raptor bed liner onto the underneath of the car. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around till the end of the video. There's more to come, but for today I am exhausted. It is about 89 degrees right now, and I'm ready to take a shower and hang out with my wife for the rest of the day. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We're back in the garage working on the 1969 VW Beetle. And last week we finished throwing down 2 coats of Raptor's bed liner to all the fenders, and that came out really good. And we pretty much have to do the same thing to the underneath of the car. I've got most of the car ready. The only thing that we have to finish off doing is sanding everything down with a 220 grit paper. It will pretty much be ready for paint. So let me go ahead and show you a few things, and we'll get right to working on the 1969 VW Beetle. Alright, so one of the things that I want to show you guys is this section right here. As you guys know, there are 3 bolts to hold the bracket for the bumper. One of the bolts snapped on me probably like a year ago when I was removing the bumper. In order for us to paint this whole entire section, we needed to get this bolt out of there. On Tuesday, I started working on this bolt, and it took me an hour and a half to get it out. The bolt was barely popping out of the hole, so it made it a lot difficult to weld a nut to the bolt. But after, I would say 15 or about 12 nuts, I finally got it out, and I was very happy with that. The next thing that I did was I sealed these panels right here. As you guys know, these panels are notorious for rusting. I took some time and put a lot of sealer on it so we can prevent some rust from coming back. Let me go ahead and take you to the back. We did the same thing here and over here. It looks good. Another cool thing is this chassis hasn't seen the sun in about a year and a half. But that's enough for me talking. Let's get right to working on the 1969 VW Beetle. And I'm going to go ahead and grab some sandpaper and start wet sanding everything. Once we're done wet sanding everything, then we're going to go ahead and grab some tape up the areas that we don't want any of the bed liner sealer hitting, and we'll be ready for some paint. I just got done sanding down all the panels and it looks really good, but of course it's gonna look even better once we hit it with the 2 coats of bed liner. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. It is getting really hot right now. It's about 85 degrees, and what's the best way to cool down but a little sipper. I hope you guys are enjoying the day and especially enjoying this video. Well, let's go ahead and get back to working on the 1969 VW Beetle. Oh boy, that took forever, but we're finally done and I'm very happy. Plugging up all the holes took forever, but you definitely don't want any of the bed liner getting into those holes. Let me show you the rear. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do the underneath of the car, but I'll come back tomorrow and get that done. Let's go ahead and set up the paint booth and let's see if the car fits in the paint booth or not. Holy smokes, the car fits in the paint booth. We have a few inches in the front to play with, and same thing with the back, but it's not touching, so that's one good thing. Let's go ahead and get the air compressor going. I'm gonna go ahead and mix the paint and we're gonna throw on some Raptor bed liner and we'll be done for the day. Oh boy, it's been a super long day, but it's finally over. It's really hot right now and I'm ready to call it a day. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the final product. Of course, we have a few more sections that we need to paint, but I'll do that off camera. The next step is to install the rack top. As you guys know, we're doing the conversion on this 1969 VW Beetle. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the process on the next video. So I'll come back tomorrow and finish painting. This is one of the panels that will get painted tomorrow. A little section right here. But look at this final product. I don't know if the camera picks up the texture, It doesn't just look good, but this is definitely going to add protection to our metal. Let me go ahead and show you guys the back. Here's the second panel that I'll go ahead and paint tomorrow. If I look at the back, looks super good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We got a lot of work done on the 1969 VW Beetle. As you guys notice, it takes a lot of work to get something right, and that's what I'm trying to do here. We're not trying to cut any shortcuts. We're trying to get it right the first time, especially because this is my first time rebuilding a car. I'm taking extra precaution to get everything right the first time. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off painting the rest of the underneath of the car. You guys pretty much get the point. I'm not going to make this video longer, but thank you guys so much for your support. I really appreciate it. As you guys know, we are still working really hard to get this project done, and I'm itching to cut the roof off and install the rack top. But that will be for next video. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do. This car will be done sooner than you think, so you want to stick around because we're going to be rolling super hot to all the VW car shows around my area. Thank you guys so much, and make sure to check out our website, kforsyndicate.com. The best way to support the channel is to buy a t-shirt and rep the t-shirt wherever you are in United States. We're working really hard to ship out some merch out of state. I got some people in UK that want the t-shirts, some people in India that want the t-shirts. I'm really working really hard to get those t-shirts to you guys, but you guys have to understand that shipping is not cheap. And of course, I can also bring the value of the shirts up, but that's gonna cost you guys more money, and I definitely don't want that. I want to bring you guys the best quality possible at the lowest rate. So I'm working really hard to get new designs to stock up our inventory. A lot of you guys were upset that we don't have double XL or triple XLs. We're working really hard to get those to you guys. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Peace.